Today, we are diving deep into the dark waters of maritime history to uncover 5 mind-blowing facts about the Flying Dutchman that will change the way you look at this nautical nightmare. Smash that subscribe button and let's set sail. Fact 1. The original legend wasn't about the ship. Let's start with something most people get completely wrong. Today, when we say the Flying Dutchman, we think of the ship itself. But in the earliest versions of the legend from the late 18th century, the Dutchman wasn't the vessel. It was the captain. The myth is most commonly tied to a real-life Dutch captain named Hendrik van der Decken. In 1641, he was steering a Dutch East India Company ship back from the East Indies. As he approached the treacherous Cape of Good Hope at the tip of Africa, a massive storm hit. Instead of turning back, the captain went mad. He swore a terrible oath, challenging the wrath of God, and vowed that he would round the Cape even if it took him until doomsday. Well, God took him literally. The captain was cursed to sail those waters forever, and over time his nickname transferred from the man to the ghost ship itself. Fact 2. A future king of England. You might think this is just a campfire story told by drunk sailors, but some very high-profile historical figures swore they saw it with their own eyes. The most famous witness? King George V of England. Back in 1881, long before he became king, a 16-year-old Prince George was serving as a midshipman aboard the HMS Bacchante. On July 11th, near the coast of Australia, the prince and 13 other crew members reported seeing a strange, glowing red light in the pitch-black night. According to the official ship's log, written by the prince himself, a phantom brig appeared in the middle of a glowing red light, with its mast, spars, and sails standing out in strong relief. Spookier still? The sailor who first reported the ship fell from the mast later that same day and died. Talk about a bad omen. Fact 3. The science behind the ghost, Fata Morgana. So, how do we explain hundreds of sailors over centuries seeing ships floating in the air or glowing in the dark? Science actually has a fascinating answer: a complex optical illusion called a Fata Morgana. This happens when there's a sharp fact 4. It inspired one of opera's greatest masterpieces. The Flying Dutchman didn't just scare sailors, it completely captured the imagination of European artists. Its biggest cultural breakthrough happened in 1843. Courtesy of the famous German composer Richard Wagner. Wagner wrote an entire opera called De Vliegende Hollander, The Flying Dutchman. According to Wagner, he got the inspiration while taking a stormy sea voyage to London, where the waves were so intense that the crew's echoes against the cliffs reminded him of the ghost ship's legendary curse. Wagner added a romantic twist to the story. In his opera, the cursed captain is allowed to step ashore once every 7 years to find a woman who will love him faithfully until death, which is the only way to break the curse. This opera solidified the Flying Dutchman as a staple of global pop culture. Fact 5. Real ghost ships kept the legend alive. Part of the reason the legend of the Flying Dutchman stayed so terrifyingly alive for centuries is that sailors regularly ran into actual ghost ships. In the days of wooden sailing vessels, diseases like yellow fever, scurvy, or simple starvation could easily wipe out an entire crew in the middle of the Atlantic. The ship itself, however, would keep drifting for months or even years, carried by ocean currents. Imagine sailing through a thick fog and suddenly seeing a silent, battered ship approaching with no one at the helm and a deck full of skeletons. Encountering these tragic, real ghost ships made it incredibly easy for sailors to believe that the cursed Dutchman was still out there, lurking in the mist. Whether it's a terrifying curse, a trick of the light, or a tragic piece of maritime history, the Flying Dutchman remains the ultimate symbol of the mysteries of the deep ocean. Which of these facts surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and hit that notification bell so you never miss our weekly dives into history's greatest mysteries. Until next time, keep your eyes on the horizon and watch out for the fog. Safe travels.